Welcome back, guys. So, the last time I went out, I caught that small little jack. Remember that? And it swallowed this. I mean, it literally swallowed it. He swallowed the points where it just was stuffed inside its mouth. The mouth was left open. And even though I pinched in all of these barbs, it was a hell to get this thing out of its mouth. And it was puncturing on the inside going out. So I knew already, because I don't keep my fish, I released the majority of my fish, that I had need to do something. So originally, when I first discovered I had this problem, because look at this, look how many marks it has. That was from the 4 barracudas I got within 1 hour, same lure. So when I caught the papil, I realized that I need to do something, which is pinching the barbs, but still it did a lot of damage. So I'm going to show you what else I'm going to do. So on the trebles here, I use my micrometer and it tells me it's 23.66 millimeters in radius. So the fish has to open its mouth that wide to swallow it, or preferably what we're going to do is you want to hook it off on the side. So it was kindly suggested to me by my good friend Matt Swainbank, who is the National Sales Director who resides in US for Mustad. And he says I should go with the inline. He actually gave me the code numbers, sent me some stuff to use. So let's do that route. Got a bunch of these inlines right now. So this was the smallest size that was sent. So I'm going to try to use this one. Okay, check that out. That's the radius of the trebles. This here, let me line it up. Yeah, this is the single inline. And the single inline, as you can see, is slightly smaller than the radius of the treble, so this will work. So I'm going to take out my handy dandy Mustad pliers. So let's pinch that sucker off. But before we do that, I'm looking at the split ring. The split ring is kind of small. So what I'm going to do, it looks like I'm not sure what number that is, but this here is a number 5. It's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to use the number 5. Whew. Let me tell you, that was a royal pain because of the size of the wire. That was really hard to get it off, but I did get this off. This ring here is very small to work with, very easy to bend this out, which we don't want to do. But it came out perfect, it's not bent, so I'm gonna save this. Check that out, I got it on. It's not the easiest thing to do. So this one here, that's what I use. It is stock number, it's an inline single, that's what they called. There is 10121NP-DT is the 2-aught size. Yeah, you can study that for a while. This is what was recommended to me by Mr. Matt Swainbank. I'm not sure if this was the correct size he was saying, but this is just a hair bit smaller on the radius of what was currently on, so I believe this would be a good choice. Check that out. Doesn't that look great? This I'm using is a inline 2-aught with a number 5 split ring. These are the inline 2-aughts, and was a very good suggestion by Matt. Even though Matt is with Mustad, this here is a fish lab lure. Everybody in the fishing industry, we all get along. It's not like schoolyard where you're talking bad about the other person. All these companies, we get along with each other and we help each other out. That's what part of this business is great, is that there's no backstabbing. Now check out this beauty here. This is another flanker lure, which is the same style as we got here. The difference is the coloration. The coloration on this one kind of reminds me of my favorite Mustad jigs. They, you know, the green and yellow combination. That's why I requested this, and Dave was really nice to send this to me. This here is 115, which means 115 millimeters, which is roughly 4.5 inches, 1 ounce. This is it says not subsurface, but a sinking. But realistically, when you use this on the water, it is a subsurface lure, which I like. So what I do is I switch over between my jigs to go a little bit deeper. My Mustad jigs go a little bit deeper in the water column. I use this more for the surface, subsurface. That way I know how to present my lure and where the fish are. Now you gotta admit, that is a beautiful, beautiful lure, and it looks kind of like my green and gold tracer shot jigs. So I'm gonna give this a try. First, I'm gonna take that treble off and the split ring. You know, I really hate working with this small rings. I really do. I prefer the largest, like 5 and up. I'm working with something that's like 3, possibly 4. I'm just gonna go ahead and snip those bands off because, oh, my finger hurts. Like I said, I hate working with the smallest stuff. So I'm just gonna snip it off. So as you can see here, I just started putting the hook, the eye up the hook through the ring. So I hold it there. It's only like maybe a 1/16 of an inch in. Then I let's see. Then I get the wire, put it through the wire, like so. See that? Put it through the wire. I'm gonna just spin the ring around. Hard to hold it up and do this at the same time. It's better if I just put it on. Oh, heard the snap. There you have it. See that? Like I said, it's easier when you work with these split rings. This is the number 5. I would say 5 or the 6 would be really easy to work with. So I should get some 6s, but this is number 5. It's about the minimum that I would work with. I do have smaller, but I don't like them. So on this one here, I'm trying a 1/0. Now, like I said, I only had the smallest was 2/0 that I currently have in Mustad. So I had to use some old stock that I had from years ago. This is the VMC brand, which is a 1/0. So I'm gonna put in a request to get some 1/0s for Mustad. Try to keep everything the same, right? But what do you think? This is the 1/0 here. That's a 2/0 on the top. Not much difference, is it? But the thickness makes it easier on the 1/0 to work with, the smaller one at the bottom. Plus the, like I said, the metal is a little bit thinner, so it's easier to put through the ring. So I just got the split ring started on that one. So what we're gonna do is, with that opening, I'm gonna put it through the wire here, like that. See how it's in there? Hard to tell, right? But it is. Then I'm gonna grab the ring, spin it around. Nope, heard it snap. Yep, and there you go. See, as long as it dangles, you know, you don't want to get a split ring that's going to be too large, right? It looks pretty good. Okay, so you don't want to get a split ring here that's too large, right? Look at well that jingles around. If you get a split ring that's too big, it's going to get the hook will get stuck in either direction. You don't want that. You want to get one that's it's made for this, so it's within the norm. So right here, I took off the treble and I put on a Mustad 2-aught, and I used a Mustad number 5 split ring for that. It is simple, it's just a little time consuming, but that's the way it's done. Okay, you got to do this. You got to alter your gear when you need to, and you have to know how and use the right equipment. Thank you. Also want to show you a little trick I do. I save all these little type of boxes here, containers. So when I throw away my used hooks, I throw them in here. I tape it up. That way it won't accidentally hurt somebody or get into somebody's tire.